Hey, this is RDP from Absolute Gizmos, and this is the LG Pro 2, the complete review. This is the LG G Pro 2, the successor of the LG's big phablet series of the LG G Pro. If you look at the design, it's quite familiar to that of the LG G2, which we recently reviewed. There is a link in the description of the LG G2's full review. So right now we'll be doing the review of this. It's pretty evolved from its G2 success. The same back buttons at the back, but this is huge. I mean, the LG G2 was 5.2 inch screen in 5 inch body, and this is a totally 5.9 inch screen. Okay, then let's talk about the specification. This is a 5.9 inch 1080p screen. The same 1080p screen, the same clarity which was in G2. The pixel density is quite low because of the huge screen. It's also powered with the Snapdragon 800 quad-core processor, which was been also seen in the G2. It comes with 13 megapixel camera, and it comes with OIS Plus. OIS Plus is in software technology, where the G2 has an OIS, which was being the hardware part of it. One specific fact of it that this phone supports 4K video recording, which was not being supported in the LG G2. And over the G2, it comes with 4G LTE. The G2 lacks 4G and the 4K video recording. And one more thing, if we talk about digital, G2 was in unibody, but this phone has a removable back. So let me just remove the back. And when we remove the back, here we can see there is a micro SD card slot, which was being not present in the LG G2. And it has a 3200 milliamp hour battery, and below that battery there is the SIM card slot. So this is the back. So these are the main things which LG made in the G Pro 2 or the G2. So it the improved camera with the 4K video recording, an SD card slot, and 4G. These are the only three things which I really noticed. And the device comes out of the box with the KitKat. So let me just show you the KitKat version of the phone. So here we can see it's at 4.4.2 KitKat. So the device had all the same things which the LG had. Nothing sort of new, but the response had been made better in the KitKat version. That's what I noticed. The phone was already faster. The G2 was faster, one of the fastest Android phone, and in KitKat update they made it even faster. So let's just open up the camera and let me just show you. Okay, this is now running at the whole 13 megapixel. Defaultly the camera is at 10 megapixel, 16:9 ratio, and I kept it in 13 megapixel. One thing I noticed in this phone, which I didn't mention in the G2, actually the focus part comes with the manual focus, so you can actually select the focusing over it. So you can see the focus has gone in the background, and when I bring it to the normal, the focus has come to the box. So we got to click in the flash, so just make it automatic. And you can see the phone has no shutter lag. So let's just switch to video and let me show you the video settings. So here it is. It shows UHD 3840 into 2160. That is the 4K video recording, and it also supports FHD 1080p video recording at 60 FPS. So And there is a feature called audio zoom, which is also pretty good. That's the settings have been limited for the 4K. So as you can see, the video recording has been started over, and let's stop it. One more thing in the camera I want to mention is the modes. It comes with a normal mode, it comes with a magic focus mode, dynamic tone, panorama, VR panorama. One thing I like about the magic focus, it's something like the feature of the HTC One which comes up with. So let me just show you the click. Okay, it got. In magic focus, you can refocus the image after getting the click. So here is the setting. So you just have to increase. So the focus has gone to the background, not focusing at the box. When I make it macro, the focus comes into the box, and there is an all-in focus, so everything is in focus. So that is something which was being seen, which was I seen. And there is an intelligent auto mode. There is a dual camera mode. There is a dual camera mode, as you can see it. So that was the camera prospectus. We also gone through some of the benchmark tests, and let me just show you the result. I have already done the benchmarks. So there is a quadrant standards. So let's just run it. So I will skip this part. So here is the score of the quadrant standard, and it's about, let me just show you at the closer, it's about 20,251, the score. Pretty impressive. And the Antutu benchmark came up till the 21,316. So that was the score. Let me show you an game. So right now we have only one game, and we would be testing the Riptide GP2. So let me just increase the volume. During the benchmark, the score used to be at the 59 frames per second, and the games run very smoothly. I tested couples of games. Currently, I don't have it in this device. I removed it. Right now, we'll be testing with the Riptide GP2. As you can see, the water splashing over the screen. So that was the Riptide GP2. That was the Riptide GP2, and let me tell you about the memory storage which comes out of the box. It comes out of the box with the 9.84 GB. So currently I downloaded some apps, due to which I just stored the screenshots of it. the space which we get is 9.84 GB. So that was there. If you already have the G2, so in G2 this was not been available. I think in the G2's KitKat update we will be you would have got this. So if you already have the LG G2 and if you are thinking to go for the LG G Pro, I would suggest that to not to go for this upgrade because I think it's really high time. If you are thinking to go for G Pro 2, I suggest you to wait for the LG G3, which is being recently launched globally and which would be available in India soon. So G Pro 2 is pretty impressive. It has an impressive battery life. It has an SD card slot which supports up to 64 GB and awesome gaming experience, awesome video viewing experience. And one thing I want to really cover up is the quick remote app. As we know, at the top of it, we have the IR Blaster. IR Blaster lets you to connect to the TVs. So we can connect this remote to TV, set-top box, audio, DVD, Blu-ray, air conditioner, projector. Up till now, what HTC gave or what Samsung gave to connect it, it was limited in the TVs and limited in the set-top box too. But in this, it really connected my local cable set-top box too, and it performed very well. Even it connects all sorts of TVs, whether it be old, whether it be new, it connects amazingly. There is a universal remote option. If you really don't have the right access, I mean, your TV is not listed, so you can use the remote. The device also comes up inbuilt with the Polaris Viva. This actually gives the doc file, PPT file, and the Excel file. But the thing is, we can't create a new document file. We can't edit the document file. That's the wrong point, due to which I installed Quick Office for my other works to create a new and edit it. So that was disappointing for me. But luckily we have the free apps on the App Store, so due to which that thing is being totally neglected. So that's all with the review of the LG G Pro 2. So I suggest you to wait before buying this device because the LG G3 will hit up the market soon. So till that time, have a good time. Thanks for watching the video. Do like and comment in the comment below. Till that time, have a good time. Thank you. This is RDP from Absolute Gizmo.